All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Antya Lila, Chapter 15, Text 66. Sudhamini pitambara stira nahe nirantara muktahara bhakapanti bhala Indradanu Shikipaka Uparediya Chedeka Aradanu Vaijayanti Mala. Krishna's yellow garments look exactly like restless lightning in the sky, and the pearl necklace on his neck appears like a line of herons flying below a cloud. Both the peacock feather on his head and his Vajayanti garland, containing flowers of 5 colors, resemble rainbows. (16) Murhalira Kaladvani Madhura Garjanasuni Vrindavane Nache Mayor Chaya Akalanka Purnakala Lavanya Jyotsna Jala Mala Chitra Chandrera Tahate Udaya. The luster of Krishna's body is as beautiful as the glow of spotless full moon that has just risen, and the vibration of his flute sounds exactly like the sweet thundering of a newly formed cloud. When the peacocks in Vrindavan hear that vibration, they all begin to dance. Lilamrita varishane sinshe chauda bhuvane hinamega yabe dekadila Dordhaiva janja pavane meghe nila anyastane mare chataka pite na paila. The cloud of Krishna's pastimes is drenching the 14 worlds with a shower of nectar. Unfortunately, when that cloud appeared, a whirlwind arose and blew it away from me. Being unable to see the cloud, the Chataka bird of my eyes is almost dead from thirst. Punakahe haya haya pada pada ramaraya kahe prabhu gad gada akyane ramananda pade shloke suni prabhura harsha shoka apane prabhu karena vyakyane. In a faltering voice, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu again said, "Alas, go on reciting, Rama Rai." Thus Ramananda Roy began to recite a verse. While listening to this verse, the Lord was sometimes very jubilant and sometimes overcome by lamentation. Afterwards, the Lord personally explained the verse. Vikchalakavrita mukam tava kundala shri gandhastaladhara shudam hashita valokam Tata bhayam cha bhuja danda yugam vilokya vaksha shri haika ramanam cha bhavamadasyah. Dear Krishna, by seeing your beautiful face decorated with tresses of hair, by seeing the beauty of your earrings falling on your cheeks, and by seeing the nectar of your lips, the beauty of your smiling glances, your 2 arms which assure complete fearlessness, and your broad chest, whose beauty arouses conjugal attraction, we have simply surrendered ourselves to becoming your maidservants. The verse quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.29.39 was spoken by the gopis when they arrived before Krishna for the rasa dance. Krishnajini Padmachanda Pati Yache Mukhafanda Tate Adhara Madhu Smitachara Rajanari Asi Asi Fande Fadi Hayadasi Chadila Japati Gadadvara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, after conquering the moon and the lotus flower, Krishna wished to capture the doe-like gopis. Thus he spread the noose of his beautiful face, and within that noose he placed the bait of his sweet smile to misguide the gopis. The gopis fell prey to that trap and became Krishna's maidservants, giving up their homes, families, husbands, and prestige. 72. Bandhava Krishna Kare Vyadha Vyadhadhera Achara Nahi Mane Dharma Dharma Hare Nari Mrgi Marma Kare Nana Upaya Tanhara. My dear friend, Krishna acts just like a hunter. This hunter does not care for piety or impiety. He simply creates many devices to conquer the cores of the hearts of the doe-like gopis. Gandhastala Jalamala Nase Makara Kundala Se Nritye Hare Nari Chaya Sashmita Katakshabane Tasabhara Hridaye Hane Nari Vandhe Nahi Kichubaya. The earrings dancing on Krishna's cheeks are shaped like sharks, and they shine very brightly. These dancing earrings attract the minds of all women. Over and above this, Krishna pierces the hearts of all women with the arrows of his sweetly smiling glances. He is not at all afraid to kill women in this way. Ati ucha suvistara Lakshmi Srivatsa Alankara Krishneraye Dakati Havaksha Vraja Devi Laksha Laksha Tasabhara Manovaksha Haridasi Karibhare Daksha. On Krishna's chest are the ornaments of the Srivatsa marks indicating the residence of the goddess of fortune. His chest, which is as broad as a plunderer's, attracts thousands upon thousands of damsels of Raja, conquering their minds and breasts by force. Thus they all become maidservants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sulalita Dirgargala Krishnera Bhuja Yugala Bhujanahe Krishna Sarpakaya Dui Saila Chidre Paise Narira Hridaye Damse Mare Nari Se Vishajvalaya. The two very beautiful arms of Krishna are just like long bolts. They also resemble the bodies of black snakes that enter the space between the two hill-like breasts of women and bite their hearts. The women then die from the burning poison. Purport. In other words, the gopis become very much agitated by lusty desire. They are burning due to the poisonous bite inflicted by the black snakes of Krishna's beautiful arms. Krishna Kara Padatala Koti Chandra Sushitala Jini Karpura Vena Mula Chandana Ekabara Yarasparshe Smarajvala Vishanase Yarasparshe Lubda Narimana. The combined cooling effect of camphor, roots of the kasa kasa, and sandalwood is surpassed by the coolness of Krishna's palms and the soles of his feet, which are cooler and more pleasing than millions upon millions of moons. If women are touched by them even once, their minds are enticed, and the burning poison of lusty desire for Krishna is immediately vanquished. Eteka vilapakari prema veshe gora hari ei arte pade eka shloka yei shloka padi radha vishakare kahe badha ugadhiya hridayera shoka. Lamenting in ecstatic love, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu then recited the following verse, which was spoken by Srimati Radharani while exposing the lamentation of her heart to her friend Srimati Vishaka. Harinmani Kavatika Pratata Harivaksha Stalaha Smararta Taruni Manha Kalusa Hari Dur Argala Sudham Suhari Chandanotpala Sitabra Sitangakaha Samemadana Mohana Shaki Tanoti Vakshahasvaram. My dear friend, Krishna's chest is as broad and attractive as a door made of Indranila gems, and his two arms, as strong as bolts, can relieve the mental anguish of young girls distressed by lusty desires for him. His body is cooler than the moon, sandalwood, and the lotus flower and camphor. In this way, Madana Mohana, the attractor of Cupid, is increasing the desire of my breasts. This verse is also found in the Govinda Lilamrita 8.7. Prabhu kahe Krishna muni ekana ipainu apanara durdaive punahara inu. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu then said, I just now had Krishna, but unfortunately I have lost him again. Chanchala svabhava Krishnera naraya ekastane dekhadiya manahari kare antardane. By nature, Krishna is very restless, and he does not stay in one place. He meets with someone, enchants his mind, and then disappears. Tasam tatso bhagamadam vikshamanam cha keshava pashamaya pashadaya tatraivantara diyata. The gopis became proud of their great fortune. To subdue their sense of superiority and show them special favor, Keshava, the subduer of even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, disappeared from the rasa dance. This verse, quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.29.48, was spoken by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. Svarupa Goshani Reka Hena Gau Eka Gita Yate Amara Hridayera Hayeta Samvit. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu then said to Srup Damodar Goswami, please sing a song that will bring consciousness to my heart. Svarupa Goshani Tabe Madhura Kariya Gita Govindera Padagaya Prabhure Sunana. Thus, for the pleasure of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar Goswami began very sweetly singing the following verse from the Gita Govinda. Rase Harim Iha Vihita Vilasham Smarati Mano Mama Krita Parihasam. Here in the arena of the rasa dance, I remember Krishna, who is always fond of joking and performing pastimes. This verse is from Gita Govinda 2.3 and is sung by Srimati Radharani. Svarupa Goshani Yabe Ei Pada Gahila Uti Prima Veshe Prabhu Nachite Lagila. When Srup Damodar Goswami sang this special song, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu immediately got up and began to dance in ecstatic love. Asta Satvika Bhavange Prakata Haila Harshadi Vyabichari Sabha Uta Lila. At that time, all 8 kinds of spiritual transformations became manifest in Lord Chaitanya's body. The 33 symptoms of Vyabhichari Bhav, beginning with lamentation and jubilation, became prominent as well. Bhavodaya, Bhavasandhi, Bhavasabhalya, Bhave Mahayudhe, Sabhara Prabhalya. All the ecstatic symptoms such as Bhavodaya, Bhavasandhi, and Bhavasabhalya awakened in the body of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. A great fight arose between one emotion and another, and each of them became prominent. Sei pada puna puna karaya gayana puna puna asvadaye karena nartana. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had Swarup Damodar sing the verse again and again. Each time he sang it, the Lord tasted it anew, and thus he danced again and again. Ehi mata nrityayadi haila bahukshane Svarupa goshani pada kailasamapana. After the Lord had been dancing for a long time, Swarup Damodar Goswami stopped singing the verse. Bol bol bali prabhu kahena bara bara nagaya svarupa goshani shrama deki tanra. Over and over again, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Go on, sing, sing." But Swarup Damodar, seeing the Lord's fatigue, did not resume singing. Bol bol prabhu bhalena bhakta gana suni chodhike te sabe meli kare haridvani. When the devotees heard Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu say, "Go on singing," they all gathered around him and began to chant the holy name of Hari in unison. Ramananda Rayatabe Prabhudeva Shaila Vijanadi Kari Prabhura Shramagu Chaila. At that time, Ramananda Roy made the Lord sit down and dissipated his fatigue by fanning him. Prabhure lana gela sabe samudre ratire snana karana puna tanre lana ailagare. Then all the devotees took Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu to the beach and bathed him. Finally, they brought him back home. Bojana karana prabhure karaila sayana Ramananda adi sabe gela nijastana. After they fed him lunch, they made him lie down. Then all the devotees headed by Ramananda Roy returned to their respective homes. 95. Eita kahilun prabhura udhyana vihara vrindavana brahmeyahan pravesha tanhara. Thus I have described Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in the garden, which he entered mistaking it for Vrindavan. Pralapa sahita ei unmada varnana shurupa goshani iha kariyachena varnana. There he exhibited transcendental madness and ecstatic ravings, which Sri Rupa Goswami has described very nicely in his Stava Mala as follows. Payorases tides furad upavanali kalanaya Mohur Vrindan Ranya Smarana Janita Prema Vivasha Kvachit Krishna Vriti Prachala Rasano Bhakti Rasika Sachetanya Kime Punar Apidrishur Yasyati Padam. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu is the topmost of all devotees. Sometimes while walking on the beach, he would see a beautiful garden nearby and mistake it for the forest of Vrindavan. Thus he would be completely overwhelmed by ecstatic love of Krishna and begin to chant the holy name and dance. His tongue worked incessantly as he chanted, "Krishna, Krishna. Will he again become visible before the path of my eyes?" This quotation is from verse 6 from the first Chaitanyastaka in Srila Rupa Goswami's Stava Mala. Ananta Chaitanya Lila Nayaya Likana Din Matra Dekana Taha Kariye Suchana. The pastimes of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are unlimited. It is not possible to write of them properly. I can give only an indication of them as I try to introduce them. Sri Rupa Raghunatha Padeyara Asa Caitanya-caritāmṛta Kahe Krishna Dasa. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Antya Lila, 15th chapter, describing Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in the garden by the sea. All glories to Om Vishnupad, Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to Om Vishnupad, Paramahamsa Parivajkacharya Varya Astotara Satashi Srimad Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Shripad Bhakti Vigyan Muni Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shripad Bhakti Nishkam Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai. Glories to the assembled devotees Ki Jai. All glories to Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Jai Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai. Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Hari Bol. Jai Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ki Jai.
Jai Śrī Krishna Ki Jai.